Hey guys, it's Guava. Welcome back to another video on the Guava Reacts channel, and in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to a video put out by Otzdarva, who is like one of the biggest Dead by Daylight streamers and content creators. If you don't know who Otz is, he is a massive streamer on Dead by Daylight who makes videos about everything when it comes to Dead by Daylight, when it comes to perk builds, killer builds, what's going on in the game, improvements that can be made, and just awesome, funny, and entertaining, and really informative videos. So if you do want to get a better Dead by Daylight and you are new to the game, highly recommend checking him out. I will link his video and his channel in the description below. But yeah, this video is called Dead by Daylight is Becoming Really Unfun to Stream, which is part of a much larger situation going on in the Dead by Daylight community. If you do know anything about Behavior Interactive, they are a very questionable developer company. They are very questionable with the changes they make to the game, how they take care of the game, and there's a whole situation going on with cheaters and stuff, which is what led to Otzdarva, and not only him, but dozens and maybe hundreds or thousands of people to come out on YouTube, on other platforms, and talk about and bring awareness to this whole situation. But yeah, if anyone from Behavior ever sees this video, please listen to your community, listen to your fog whispers, listen to your players, and just fix the cheater situation at minimum. We know that there's a lot of changes they make to the game that isn't the best, but this is something that's becoming really unmanageable for people. People can't stream anymore, people can't make content anymore, which is only going to hurt the game and the developers in the end. Also, I did kind of change up the colors on my camera and also changed up the lighting a little bit, so hopefully it looks a little better. I noticed that my last one kind of looked really dull and I can't really change it afterwards, but hopefully this doesn't look too orange or too vibrant or anything. Hopefully it looks just right. Let me know what you guys think in the comment below. But yeah, let's get straight into the video.
Hello friends, this is Otz, and if you don't know me very well, I'm a big Dead by Daylight enthusiast. I've been playing this game for 3 or 4 years, and especially for the last 2 or 3, I've been making content, video streams almost every day. And that's because I love the game. I'm very invested in the community. I joined the Fog Whisperer program to get closer to the depths, to hopefully steer the game into the best possible direction it can take. I make guides for new players. I sometimes host and showcase or take part in community events. I really love the community. In return, the community to me has been basically nothing but amazing. I've been, blessed to have an amazing community. People have been very nice to me, and the game itself has been really fun, with some hiccups, but overall really fun for years. But now it's come to a point where I almost dread streaming this game. I feel like I am very helpless at making the game better for the community, and I don't have any fun when I stream it. Number one reason is cheaters. Every now and then, especially as a streamer, you get a guy that starts flying around. The game literally will not end. They'll hold you hostage until the server ends the game in 2 hours. You need to sit there for 2 straight hours. And if you quit, and I'm no exception, make no mistake, if you quit, now you have a 5-minute penalty. If they get you again, now it's a 15-minute penalty, and so on. So cheaters love the attention that they get from streaming me, stream sniping me, and getting other streamers. And they do this constantly. And it's very annoying, because now I need to dodge anyone that looks dodgy.
Talking about the cheater situation, it has been going on for a long time. Cheaters are not new to Dead by Daylight. They're not unique to Dead by Daylight. Every game has a cheating situation at some point. And some games just get so bad that they kind of just lose their player base. One game in particular that I know is Prop Night, which is a similar game to Dead by Daylight, but very different in the way they've done their game, where you're just props around the map, and then there's a killer, and basically just to switch between props and not get found by the killer, and you have to escape. This game costs $20 on Steam. It does not have any killers like Dead by Daylight does. So the big thing going for them was that they're unique and it's something different from Dead by Daylight. However, the game kind of got overrun by cheaters, and that kind of ruined its kind of community and hype around it, and they never really fixed it. When it comes to Dead by Daylight, there's been a cheating situation going on for years, but usually it's like it happens, it goes away after a little bit, it happens, it goes away after a little bit, but I don't think it's been this bad in a long time, or that it's ever been this bad. I'm going to show you guys a video right now which kind of ties into this, which kind of shows how bad the situation is with people finding exploits and then making use of it. If I literally just look up DBD cheaters, which I misspelled, there's like tons and tons of videos talking about the current situation or situation months prior, but we're going to look at a video in particular that dropped a day ago, which just shows how bad the cheating situation is.
Dwight one Kate that was not in the lobby, and another Dwight called DVD spawn character. I will give you 1 second to guess who the hacker is. So the video starts out normal, it almost looks like there is no Ghostface or pig killers at all in the game, but then when the killer finds where the spawn character was healing, then whoop, if you guessed he was the hacker then you were right. But the killer can get a down on the cheater. Well done, man. So the killer proceeds to hook the pesky hacker when suddenly a Dwight comes to the rescue to body block. But wait a second, this Dwight is not the same one from the lobby. And wait another second, how did he heal while being carried? The hacker gets to escape from the grasp of the killer and is now on the floor. So Ada Wong takes the opportunity to heal him for the points. Wait, hold on, Ada Wong? Where did Ada Wong come from? Wait, how many survivors do we have in this match currently? And if you think that was bad enough, check this out. The survivors start multiplying. There are so many, and even one of them has become a Nia. And did Hillbilly just spawn from the sky? Wait, what's going on? So, hackers have the ability to spawn bots into the match and down them all at the same time, causing massive lag. Not only that, if you check the last frame of the video, you will see that there were 2 hillbillies in this match as well. Imagine how many people can have their games crash due to a cheater spamming bots into a match.
This is insane, especially if you're not playing on a powerful PC and you're playing on something like console, last-gen console, especially on the PS4 or Xbox One, or especially on the Switch, which already doesn't run at great performance, at great graphics or anything. It's a very reduced experience, and I don't know, this has not been going on for a short amount of time either. Dead by Daylight has had a more serious cheating situation for like the past year or so, and it's been brought up by many creators for the past couple months until the point where it's gotten so bad and behavior still has not done anything about it. The fact that cheaters can now just spawn in survivors and killers and whatever and make it an impossible game to win on either side is really terrible, because not only is the situation where the killer can't do anything, and if they DC, then first of all, the cheater just gets what they want, which is to annoy a killer and ruin their day, but they also get a ban. You get a 5-minute ban, then 15-minute, then it just keeps going up and up and up, which is insane. You're basically forced to not play the game. You can't do anything about it, and the only way to combat it is to wait like the two hours for the server to automatically shut down, which is insane. And even if you're a survivor, even maybe you're not in a Swift and you're getting put into a match with a cheater and you have no clue about it, there isn't much you can do, because these cheaters can hold the game hostage to the point where you can't do any gens, you can't progress the game, you can't get out, and you are forced to kind of DC too, or you have to wait out the entire match, which is insane. But yeah, that's insane. Like, this is how bad the game is getting, to the point where you can just spawn in survivors and killers, do a bunch of things around the map, blow up gens everywhere, respawn yourself. And there's also cheaters on the killer side, but it's kind of brought more to my attention how bad it is for killers, especially just because of streamers and stuff like that who can't really make content and kind of get held hostage. And this is really bad for Dead by Daylight too, because streamers and content creators kind of make up the community and kind of make up the player base. They're the ones that are attracting new people to the game, and seeing all of this would very much dissuade me from ever trying Dead by Daylight if I didn't already play it.
Profile, I dodge you. Anonymous mode, I dodge you. Seen you before and your name is, I dodge you. Which is really, really unfun to do, mind you. Maybe even worse than these blatant cheaters are the subtle cheaters. The subtle cheaters are the people that have cheats. Maybe they see you through a wall, maybe they move 2% faster than normal, but they don't make it very obvious. So from now on, since we know that there's so many cheaters, anytime something happens in the game that is a little bit off, I just don't believe it anymore. I drop chase with people because I think they're cheating. I record my games and watch them again and analyze everything because things just don't look right anymore. Sometimes people that are actual cheaters don't even stand out very much. There's videos, and you can watch one right here where someone was cheating and it was impossible to tell until they made a mistake. And then there's also people that are not cheaters, but they get very lucky or something crazy happens, and I think that they are cheaters, which is also really unfair for them. So the whole cheating situation is disgraceful, and I wish I could tell you that there's good news on the horizon, but as far as I know, this is not going anywhere. It's not getting any changes. Behavior is not communicating anything to us whether this is going to become better. So very, very unfortunate stuff. And another thing that has recently...
This is something that really annoys me when it comes to Dead by Daylight and Behavior Interactive is their very big lack of communication and just making changes willy-nilly. I believe some developers themselves have said that they don't even play their own game, which is ridiculous. We've seen situations where, like in the past, Matthew Cote, the lead at Behavior Interactive for Dead by Daylight, has literally just made changes because he had a bad game against like the Korean group with the flashlights. Not saying that the flashlights weren't overpowered. They really did need to change, but that is how he changes the game, not because he sees players complaining about it. We've had optimization issues. The graphics update as of recent, this is just a personal opinion, looks like what the game should have come out in 2016 for good graphics. That is not a great graphics update for 2022, but I'm not going to complain about it because that's all we're going to get. The optimization for the game is bad. We're still locked to 60 FPS, resolution, textures, everything is really weird. Gameplay is sometimes really bugged. DS was broken for the longest time. Servers are always weird, and it takes them forever to fix anything, and even then they always break something. Every single update that comes out is somehow bringing back day one bugs and glitches into the game. They don't communicate with the community whatsoever. They don't even communicate with the Fog Whisperers, who are like their most valued people in their community because they're the ones that kind of promote the game and bring the game new players and kind of communicate for them and connect them together. And he doesn't even, and Otzdarva doesn't even know whether the situation is going to get better because, again, Behavior doesn't like respond in any way. They don't communicate with their community, and it's just been really bad for the game for years. It's why you would know if you're in the community for Dead by Daylight, if you've been playing for a little bit, that Behavior is kind of just like a joke of a developing company, development team, and it's ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying to harass the people on Instagram or Twitter because those are just the social managers. Those are the people managing the social accounts. They can't really do anything with the game. And I'm not even sure if it's because the developers are just bad, which with many games, it's usually nothing to do with the developers, but usually the lead of the team or the publisher or whatever. And in this situation, it's just really hard to tell because of how the state the game has been in for the longest time. It's a great game now compared to before. It does get better. New killers, new survivors, new perks. There's always something new and interesting in the game, but that doesn't take away from the game just not being really well managed and taken care of. And there's something that I've heard from a lot of players, including myself, that I believe in, which is the fact that Dead by Daylight doesn't really have competition. It's really the only asymmetrical horror game out there. And I can't remember what the quote is, but Dead by Daylight is building like a museum of killers in the game and like horror films and games and bring that all into here. So even when new games launch, there isn't really much bringing players to them. Prop night, and there's Friday the 13th is only Jason, and that has a whole situation where they can't update the game. There isn't much competition to it. Last year even, the developers gave up on the game. Yeah, there isn't much competition to the game. There isn't really other alternatives for us to play, and in that way, there's nothing we can really do about it. And Behavior just basically gets the players because it's the only game, the real choice that we have. And another thing that I've heard other people say is Dead by Daylight is not a great game, but it's addicting. Dead by Daylight is an addicting game for me. I love playing it. Doesn't mean that I'm good, by the way. I'm not a great player. A lot of my hours are just me like in the menus or just idle, leaving in the background. So, but I do have a lot of playtime in the game. I've been playing it for over 2 years, maybe 3 years now, approaching my 4th. And I will say the game has gone a lot better, but the lack of communication from Behavior Interactive is insane, and it just feels like they don't listen to the community a lot of the time.
Been happening is a surge of stream snipers. You guys know I have a 50-win series. You might have seen it, where I try to take the game very seriously. I play a killer without add-ons. I try to get really good at them, get many wins in a row. And the point of this is not just to get a cool get a cool clickbait title, but the point is to get better at the killer, right? Test myself, get consistent, understand how to play them without add-ons, different maps, different situations. And sometimes you lose, and it's not a big deal. We've lost a lot of times in the past. Now the queues are a bit slower, but it's okay. You get back to it, right? Well, last time I lost it, it felt a bit bad. The survivors knew a little bit too much. They played a little bit too well. Their names were familiar, but I didn't think much of it, right? Then I kept my streak again, played a bunch of new matches, and then I lost it again to the same people. Wow, well, that's a coincidence, but, you know, they're probably good survivors, and sometimes you lose against good survivors, so not a big deal, right? And then the next day, I play with crossplay off. And when you play with crossplay off, you literally only play against people that also have crossplay off. And who do you think shows up? The same people. And when I look back through my boss and I look at the names, I realize I'm playing against the same 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 people on and off. I'm seeing the same names in my lobby. Sometimes they are cheeky. They change their profile, they change their name. They think that we don't notice if they do that. And they try to hide it. And sometimes, you know, in the post game, they'll be like, "Oh my God, Otzdarva, big fan." They'll pretend, they'll play nice. They'll pretend that they don't know anything. But you can tell. I look up this person's account and I realize that they have multiple accounts. None of them are their main, so they have multiple alternative accounts, right? Some of them are banned recently. Why would you get banned recently? All right. And then when I check their socials and I see their YouTube, they literally have a banner that calls themselves, they self-proclaim themselves as Stream Sniper. You just can't make this stuff up, honestly. Like, you just can't make it up. But yeah, before I ramble and go off the rails, the main point that I'm trying to make here is that I don't feel safe playing Dead by Daylight on stream. On top of having to look out for malicious snipers, I need to look out for hijacking cheaters, for subtle cheaters that make me mistrust everything and everyone. And if that wasn't enough, a couple of weeks ago, after I played with a cheater, my IP got compromised and it looks like I got DDoS attacked. My stream completely imploded and I had to call the day off until I sorted it out. This also happened to some other streamers. I found out sometime after that this might be the same IP leak problem that affected streamers last year. You guys remember? We had very late acknowledgement that this was being looked into, and apparently it might have never been fixed. Apparently. But do I know for sure? No, I don't know for sure. So now I need to play with a VPN. I need to dodge anonymous people. I need to dodge private profiles. If a profile is public, I need to probably do some detective work to make sure it's not someone on an alt account. I need to play with a stream delay. I need to hide my perks. Like, what is this? It's like showing up to a party and you're so scared of everything that you're wearing a hazmat suit. It's just not reasonable. It's just not fun. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. And you don't think I'm just doing this to gather attention or create drama. It's just a really, really sad state of affairs. And I hope that I can make a follow-up video very soon with great news. I'm really, really, really hoping that that's the case. Until then, though, thank you so much for watching.
But as I said previously, the entire cheater situation is quite insane. It's gotten to an insane state where Otzdarva, which is not the only streamer who's suffering these issues currently, has to play with a VPN, has to look through every single player they are playing against and dodge lobbies because people are in anonymous mode, people look dodgy, people look weird, and it's insane. It's insane that a content creator would have to do that to play a game they love that is also like a fog whisperer, a person, a part of a program that's basically supposed to be the face of behavior, or the face of Dead by Daylight, in terms of the content creation side. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with behavior, what's been going on with them for these years that they've been making Dead by Daylight. And I've seen that if you go into their page, they work on a lot of other games. They assist in a lot of other big games development. So I don't know what's happening with Dead by Daylight on PC, console, and the Switch. But it's insane, and they definitely need to work on it. And I'm just making this video to bring more attention to it, to bring more people aware of the situation, and hopefully at some point behavior starts communicating with us, not only for this issue, but communicating with us with every change they bring to the game, every update they bring to the game, because it's not enough if they're gonna just talk to us about one thing they're doing and then just disappear again. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe if you did enjoy the video, and so you never miss another video. And please check out Otzdarva. He makes amazing videos. I've been watching him since like 2019, along with like Noob3, the JRM, and like everyone else like that. But yeah, please make sure to check out these guys, support them as well. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.